Lawyers.
So far this morning, we have seen very humid conditions, hot temperatures, and plenty of sunshine. For some, others are already starting to see some pop-up showers, and those are going to last throughout the afternoon all the way into the early evening. But quite a few people right now along Ocean Boulevard, we are seeing a lot of drier conditions right now. Look at our radar and satellite. It's really just a small pop-up shower that is occurring mainly over parts of Myrtle Beach. That is really going to continue off and on as we head into the next couple of hours. But even then, we're really just looking at a mixture of sun and clouds throughout the day, and that high heat is back. Most of us will be anywhere from lower 90s to upper 90s, but feeling like we're in the hundreds. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a few minutes.
Coverage you can count on at noon starts now.
Thank you for joining us for local coverage you can count on. I'm Jevin McCoskey. Horry County Fire Rescue responded to a watercraft incident early this morning along the Waccamaw River. First responders were called around 5 this morning to the area near the Danny Knight boating facility. Crews located the boater involved, who is being transported to a local hospital for injuries. The South Carolina Department of Natural Resources is investigating with assistance from the Horry County Police Department. And the search continues for a missing boater after crews say a boat collided with a log on the Waccamaw River. The Murrells Inlet Garden City Fire Rescue say the collision happened behind Longwood Drive around 10 yesterday morning. Officials say one boater went underwater and was not wearing a life vest. That person remains missing. Crews have set up near the boat landing on the backside of Longwood Drive in the Blackmore area. Another person was recovered and taken to the hospital. Their condition is yet to be released. The South Carolina Highway Patrol says a hit-and-run incident left one person dead in Horry County. The incident happened in the area of Highway 501 and Enoch Road just before 9:30 last night. Troopers say an SUV traveling north on the highway tried swerving to avoid a vehicle that was traveling south. When it did, it hit a ditch and overturned. 4 people were inside. One was killed and the others were not injured. The other car involved left the scene. The investigation is ongoing. Horry County Police say a wanted suspect was arrested following an hours-long standoff in the Nichols area. Barry Watson was wanted on a charge of second-degree harassment. Police said the charge stems from allegations that Watson sent numerous unwanted texts and made social media posts directed at a person, causing that person to fear for their safety and suffer stress. The report says Watson refused to comply with verbal commands, and after several hours of communication and coordinated efforts, Watson was taken into custody Tuesday. We're still waiting on details surrounding the arrest of a Florence City Councilman. According to the Florence County Detention Center, Shaquez McCall was booked around 7 yesterday morning and released just 2 hours later on a $3,000 personal recognizance bond. He was arrested on an indecent exposure charge. Details about what led to the arrest were not immediately made available. McCall has served as an at-large member of Florence City Council since 2020, when he became the youngest person elected to the council in the city's history. His current term is set to expire in November of 2028. Drivers in Myrtle Beach should prepare for temporary road closures and traffic delays tomorrow as the president, Donald Trump, visits the area. The Myrtle Beach Police Department issued traffic alerts ahead of President's rally to support Senator Darlene Graham. Police said specific roads and timing of closures will not be announced in advance due to security reasons. Drivers are encouraged to allow extra time for travel and use alternate routes when possible. Roads will reopen as soon as officials determine it is safe to do so. Senator Graham was in the PD last night to make her case to voters about why she should get a full term in office. Graham hosted a meet and greet at Holt Brothers Barbecue in Florence last night. She pushed her platform, her supporters, and answered any questions that they may have. Graham, who has acknowledged that she's not a politician, has built a career in state government, specifically in state government assisting people with disabilities.
Debates are preparing me, everything's preparing me. I've said I'm not a politician, but I will work hard for this state, and that's the one promise I can make. I will always work hard for this state.
Graham will face off against Congressman Ralph Norman Tuesday in the special U.S. Senate runoff election. Early voting for that runoff is still underway, and here are a few reminders for you if you plan on casting your ballot. Polls will be open today until 5 this afternoon and will reopen tomorrow morning at 8:30. Tomorrow is the last day that you can cast your early voting ballot. Voters are asked to bring a valid photo ID with them. And just a reminder, people who voted in the June GOP primary, last week's special primary, or neither are eligible to vote. And make sure to count on us during this election season. We'll have everything that you need to know both on air and online at WBTW.com. Experts say late summer and early fall are typically the peak times for mosquito-borne diseases to spread, so they are encouraging you to take preventative measures. This comes as mosquitoes in Myrtle Beach and Georgetown County tested positive for West Nile virus. The testing connects it to 2 cases in Myrtle Beach. While most people infected with West Nile don't develop symptoms, some may experience fever, headache, or joint and muscle pain. Older adults and people with weakened immune systems are also more vulnerable to serious illness, making prevention especially important.
So just making sure that you're wearing that EPA approved repellent, wearing long sleeves and pants, and just avoiding times when mosquitoes are going to be most active. So that's generally dawn and dusk.
Local mosquito control offices monitor activity and spray in problem areas. If you see standing water or heavy mosquito activity, report it to your local office.
News 13 on-time traffic, sponsored by Joy Law Firm. Just call Joy.
And look at your afternoon commute right now. A little bit of some slowdowns happening for parts of 501 closer towards CCU. From 501 Highway 544 to Carolina Forest, drive times are about 12 minutes. 17 Farrell Parkway to Glens Bay will take you 10. 17 Mr. Joe White to 82nd Parkway right now is moving about 11 minutes. Not seeing any slowdowns on I-95 all the way up to Lumberton. That's a very similar situation going on in downtown Florence. From 52 Palmetto to I-95, drive times are about 7 minutes. 76 5 Points to Irby will take you 5. And 95 TV Road to 76 is moving on time with 9 minutes.
All right, Krista, thank you so much. Well, an airplane pilot is dead after a midair collision with a helicopter in Pennsylvania. The crash happened just before 7 last night at the Carlisle Airport in South Middleton Township. 2 state troopers were aboard a Bell 407 helicopter, a unit of the Pennsylvania State Police Aviation Unit, when it was hit by a Cessna 150. The helicopter was hovering over a grassy area close to the runway, conducting routine training exercises when an airplane veered off for an unknown reason and hit the helicopter. The pilot of the airplane was pronounced dead at the scene and was the only person believed to be on the airplane. The troopers were injured, but no word on their condition. The national debt hit a major milestone this week, and it's not good news for Americans or their bank accounts. Washington correspondent Trevor Shirley reports.
Now with $40 trillion of debt on its books, the U.S. pays more for interest on that debt than nearly anything else, including national defense and veterans benefits. And that impacts you.
It pushes up inflation. They deal with it in higher interest rates on their own borrowing, whether it's a mortgage to purchase a new home or an auto loan for a car.
As the U.S. approached the $40 trillion debt marker, experts say the average interest rate of a home mortgage climbed.
It means they're going to have their rates higher than all those people who were buying their homes back in the 2010s.
Economists say the war with Iran has also pushed prices higher on everything from oil to food and clothing, putting Republicans on defense when it comes to affordability ahead of the midterms.
We have cut taxes, we have cut regulations, we have broadened the pathway out of poverty for more people. We've put the economic conditions in place for more jobs and higher wages.
Democrats say even as the national debt skyrockets, the president won't take cost of living issues seriously.
And specifically, he said that he would cut your electric bill in half. He also said that he would dramatically reduce the price of gasoline. Exactly the opposite has happened.
On Wednesday, the president showed off construction of the White House's new helipad, which he says was donated by helicopter manufacturer Sikorsky.
But it's something we really needed badly for the helicopters.
The president also showed off the building's new driveway, one part of the president's ongoing construction projects estimated to cost around $1 billion. Multiple reports say taxpayers are expected to cover several $100 million worth of the final costs.
We got rid of the asphalt here, and this is granite. It's a white granite. It's called a flawless granite. We get the best stuff.
That was Trevor Shirley reporting. The president says most of the White House construction is paid for by private donations. 10 years ago, the national debt was around $20 trillion, doubling the past decade. Coming up on News 13 with the hot topic of flock cameras sweeping the nation, we'll see what new safety measures the company is using to strengthen privacy and security concerns.
And the high heat continues for today. We're once again going to see temperatures in the 90s with feels like temperatures in the hundreds. We'll talk about how long that will last coming up after the break.